Hey everyone, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I've prepared a ship that we're going to launch today, which has a two-part mission. One part, of course, is going to be to deliver, like I said, another part to the space station. It's a pretty big, unwieldy part, but I think it's probably going to have enough to do it. The more concerning part is the secondary part of the mission, which I'm not so sure about. I'll show you here in a second. Basically, this is going to be a manned mission. I've been doing most of these as unmanned missions because there's really been no reason to have crew go up. But today there is, and that reason is that I have installed the Kerbal attachment system, and on the way back down with this thing, I want to try to attach at least one of these magnets to something and deorbit it and see how that ends up working out. We have all that junk in low orbit from when I launched the first probe that I did. And I could just delete it, but I want to do it this way because I think it'll be a fun kind of little mini challenge to do. We'll be using MechJeb to assist because it's going to be a lot easier that way. But I brought a Kerbal along so he can do the EVA and actually attach these things because it's going to be easier to do that way. I thought about going with the 6 liquid fuel boosters, but thought I'd stick to the medium one with just the solid rocket boosters because I think we need the initial kick off the ground here to get this thing moving. And I think all the staging's set up correctly to go ahead and try this thing. I had to mount that thing sideways in a kind of non-ideal way due to the fact that there's a limited number of docking ports on it, and I didn't want to make the rocket too tall. Now, it's also important to point out this has a remote module on it that's going to go on the station, so that the station can be remote controlled if I needed to. And it has 3 docking ports along the bottom. That's where the fuel tanks are going to be docked permanently once we get up there. So this is like a fuel manifold kind of thing slash computer core for the station. And it has a bunch of lights on it too to try to brighten it up there. Now we're getting the really bad wiggling going on again here. Before I launch, I'm actually going to head back in here and try to see what's going on with that. I have a feeling that the sub-assembly loader did not... Yeah, we got struts that aren't attached to stuff. Good old sub-assembly loader. Oh, and the fuel lines weren't attached either. Good thing I noticed that. I usually check, but I guess I didn't this time. Everything else looks attached enough, at least. Yeah, it looks fine. Let's go ahead and save that and launch again here. Not super optimistic about our chances for the secondary objective on this mission, but it's worth a shot. Just taking a quick glance at the staging. I approve of what I see. Let's go ahead and we should probably go into a similar orbit to the part that we actually want to hit up, because the tug can come pull this stuff up, so I don't want to go into too high of an orbit. Inclination looks good. That all looks fine. Sure. Let's go ahead and set that to stage 2. Turn on the auto warp, which I don't know why it keeps turning off. And if this thing doesn't just immediately explode, which it looks like it's going to be a fine takeoff here. The drag isn't too much with this or anything like that. So I'll just go ahead and meet you guys up in orbit. Alright, so we've reached our orbit here. Now, this is where things get slightly complicated because I really brought this extra fuel tank along with the RCS fuel more or less for the tug. So I'm trying to think about how I'm going to handle this because I don't want to leave this capsule floating on its own too long because they'll get separated over time like it always ends up happening. So I think what we'll probably do is send the tugboat down here. I'll do a bunch of different docking. I'll probably just temporarily dock this on the back of the tug, fuel the tug up, separate the part, leave the tug and the part here in orbit. We'll reconnect that to that. The reason I didn't just attach this to the top is I thought it'd be more stable, and I wanted to have a regular parachute instead of a radial parachute, so the attachment point was taken up at the top because I don't like radial parachutes on these capsules. So that's the reason I did it the way I did. Not sure that was necessarily the best way to do it, but I'm going to go grab the tugboat and rendezvous down here And I'll be back when that's done. Where's the space station? I can never find anything. Be glad when the next version comes out and I can sort stuff. Make my life a lot easier. Alright, well, we have arrived here and we're in about as good of a position as we're going to be. Don't look to be on a collision course, so we're going to call that good. I am going to turn on some lights on this thing so we can see a little bit better too. Let's go ahead and decouple the node. And whoa, well, this thing's nice and fun. Alright, I don't know how well MechJeb is really gonna handle this. Why did it change the name of my... It likes to do that. Would you stop spinning for a second here? Alright, where's the docking port? Set as target. And control from here. Let's just have MechJeb handle this docking if it can. Because I don't even understand how you would pilot this pod. It's crazy. But it looks like it's not going to have any problems at all. Man, look at it go. MechJeb's being all aggressive with this docking. Guess because it's just it's a little pod. That's pretty fun. I like this little RCS pod. Now, I do want to rotate this way for a very good reason. I do have solar panels on board, and if I want to deploy them before we launch, I want to be able to get them out between the little engine nacelles here. Well, docking little things is a lot more fun than docking big things, I'll tell you that. That was nice and quick. Cool. So now we need to control from here. We need to get to the other side of that, but we want to keep facing this way, so let's just turn on the RCS and get past this thing. It's actually working out better than I had hoped. And let's just have you do whatever maneuvers you gotta do to get this done. So I'm gonna top off the RCS tanks. I'm gonna leave whatever fuel's in there. We're gonna grab the module, disconnect the little capsule here, and then we'll go take off and try to take out some of that debris. If this works, I'll send up another one of these at some point to probably send one out to the MUN as well to deal with that lander that's stuck there. I think there's a shuttle fuel tank stuck in orbit. I don't know where that went. I haven't actually looked at the screen, but I'm pretty sure it's still in orbit. Come on, man. More massive things are definitely less fun to dock. I actually should activate the docking camera on this because I want to kind of get it lined up in a sensible fashion, because it's going to make actually parking this thing a little bit easier on the station. Of course, we'll use the docking camera for that too, but the straighter it is to start off, the happier I'll be. That looks pretty good. We just gotta watch it to make sure it stays pretty good. I wonder if Olber there, or whatever his name is having fun being just kind of slapped on the back of this thing. Probably not the most fun way to ride, but... Alright, and... contact. There we go. So let's turn off the docking camera, and I'm going to do it this way because it seems like if I actually close the window physically, it messes it up. Now, how much fuel's in this thing? A lot, but I'm going to leave it. I don't really need any of it. We'll get fuel for the tug with the next thing, but the main point was to bring it some more RCS fuel, and we'll give it as much as it needs for this because I got tons. Not real concerned about that. Right, that's not that helpful. I think that back tank was pretty empty. That's not even going to be full yet. That's too bad. I'm going to leave whatever's in the little itty-bitty tank on the back of that thing, though. Because I probably could top it off, but I want whatever we have there. And like I said, I don't think we're going to take anything else from this thing. So let's go ahead and decouple. Turn on our RCS. And just kind of, oh, nice and easy. Back up. Get out of the way of this thing. And this tug's just going to stay exactly where it is for now. I don't know why I'm getting such a bad frame rate right now. There's not even much going on. Oh god, you're swinging wildly. You're swinging wildly. Let's get that under control. I do have a bunch of files copying on my computer. I have a feeling it has something to do with that. Alright, go tug. There's so much RCS going on there. Alright, and let's undock this thing. We're going to switch back to it and set our target. And no. Stop. I changed my target, man. Let's make sure we're controlling from the right one. Wow, this thing just freaking moves. That is awesome. Let's get our solar panels going because we're going to need those for the next phase because the magnets actually use power. And that thing's been running with the lights on for a while with no way to recharge the batteries too, so. Alright, so far the mission has gone well. Alright, so what we're going to do now is get a rendezvous hopefully going with the debris. So let's find the debris that we want. Let's pick a target here first. We have the satellite there, but I'm going to leave the satellite for now. What is that? Is that the shuttle tank? That's the orbiter tank. I'd like to find two pieces that were near each other, but it doesn't look like that's really going to happen. So let's try to grab the shuttle tank. If this works, I will be sending up additional missions like this, and we're just going to go ahead and get this rendezvous done, and I'll be back when that happens. Alright, so we are closed in here, but unfortunately we are both on the dark side of the planet and out of RCS fuel, which means this is going to be a little bit tricky. Now, I think the cables are only about 50 meters long, but the thing is drifting towards us, so that actually kind of bodes well for this working. So, very first thing, try to get this spin under control. There is no SAS on this thing, I also realized, which is another unfortunate oversight on my part. Yeah, we're drifting right towards each other, so we gotta move quick here. Let's get, where is the closer one? This one's probably closer. Let's go ahead and, how do I operate this thing? Let's turn on, where's the GUI? Let's use that. Let's just retract, extend one of them. Now that that's going, where is the hatch on this thing? Needed more lights. More lights would have been nice, but we got this. Let's get his light on. Get the RCS fired up on his suit. Try to find the actual hook here. Is that it? We're getting farther away now. Oh, that's probably just my distance, because the tanks look closer than that. Okay, how far is this thing going? This seems a little silly. How far can it go? Where the hell is the end of this cable? Okay, it just stopped. There is a lot of cable out here, though. How far am I from that? I'm not even 50. This is probably going to end badly. Does it show me? No, it doesn't show me my fuel levels, but we seem like we're doing all right. Where are you, end of the cable? I'd really like to find the end of this cable. Holy moly. It's a little ridiculous how far this thing goes. Well, we'll just keep drifting here. 2 Kerbals would have made this a little bit easier. But I didn't want the extra weight of the larger command pod, so I cheaped out. Where the hell is this thing? Man, do I wish I had the light side of the planet right now. Seems like I always end up doing stuff on the dark side of the planet. I am just not seeing the end of this cable. So hard to tell, though. We don't have a huge amount of time here, either. What is that? Some other thing in orbit near us, probably satellite debris. This experiment is not going particularly well, is it? Is that the end of it? That's got to be the end of it, right? Because I don't see anything after that. It is so hard to tell. If my light would shine on it, we could probably get an idea. But it's hard to tell how far away it even is. Did the game just freeze? What the hell was that? A pretty big hang up there. Okay, that is the end of it. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, we can clearly see the end of it. Very professional spacewalk here. Very prepared. Alright, I think I have to hit like G or F or something when we get close. Grab. Okay, part 1 done. Now we just need to see if we can reach over here. Whoa! Holy crap! Oh, doing stuff on the dark side of the planet is scary. Holy crap, man. That was crazy. Alright, we got that attached. Another big lag spike going on. I guess, I don't know, because we're docked or something. So, the hardest part of the mission has been accomplished. Now we just need to get back over to the other ship and reel us in part of the way and deorbit. Whew. Well, this is actually kind of fun. I like doing this. I like this Kerbal attachment system. That's pretty cool the way that this works. Now, the reason I have solar panels on this, aside from just making sure the command pod doesn't go dead, is that this thing actually uses power while it's magnetized. And I don't know how much it uses, so I just kind of put a lot of batteries on this with those big, you know, well, those aren't big solar panels, but probably bigger than I need solar panels. So yeah, I guess the big lag spike must just be when I actually interact with one of these things, because it lagged when I picked up the little end, and it lagged just then. Oh, we got more lag going. It's not good times in lag land here. Alright, so we are back on board this thing. And this is not gonna... Oh, that is at the edge of our range here. That is definitely not gonna help my my reaching of stuff. Let's go ahead and pull it in a little bit. Oh, this thing's awesome, man. How much... Oh my god, is it using electrical charge fast, though? I am not happy about that. We gotta do this quick. Where is my retrograde marker? We have to go, man. That's prograde there. Gonna be a little bit on the close side with this. As long as we get close to being retrograde, I think we'll be alright. Yeah, this thing's lagging again. I don't know if that's my computer. Like I said earlier, I am copying a lot of files, but that doesn't usually screw things up. But things have been temperamental lately anyway. Why did that now just switch over? Okay, things are a little wacky. Just a little bit. Just a little bit wacky. Huh. Okay, this is dangerous. I mean, physics makes sense that that would sort of happen, but I don't know. Shorter cable will probably help, but definitely getting to the point where this might just not work out. I want to have enough fuel to at least return this guy to the planet. Let's get rid of this friggin' maneuver stuff. It's confusing the hell out of me. Maybe I'm going to have to wait till I'm on the light side of the planet to do this, because we are out of power now anyway. Did it just detach completely? It sure did, I think. Where did the tank end up? Where did the tank end up? It's here somewhere. Oh, now you come around, son. Thanks for that. So I'm going to mess around with this a little more, see if we can get this to work. If not, well, I don't know what. Alright, well, it looks like at this point the experiment has pretty much failed. That's my target over there. Did I put more debris into orbit? What is that other thing that's up here now? That's more debris that we put in orbit. Nice. That's not what I wanted to have happen. So all we did in this mission is pollute space even further. I should have retracted the cable, and I should have waited till we were on the light side of the planet. That is definitely what did me in there. I don't think we're going to have time. We have no fuel left to do another attempt, so it's pretty much just time to pack it up. And I bet I was burning the wrong, because it was showing. I just realized my main mistake. I was burning retrograde relative to the target, not retrograde relative to my orbit, because I did not unselect my target. Well, nice. I have to remember that for the future. I don't even know how I'm ever going to deal with that extra debris that we put up here now. It's just problem after problem. It's not been smooth times in the space program lately. Well, let's get this guy back home at least so we can say we've done that. What are we looking at here? That's that big old continent. You know what? That's good enough. They can pick him up. I don't feel like screwing around trying to find a better landing spot. That'll do. I do have an extra hook on this thing, but I just do not have the fuel. And unfortunately, I don't think you can transfer resources through the magnet, because that wouldn't make any sense. So okay, this thing really needs to get under control here. Running out of RCS was an issue as well, so I think I might build a purpose-built craft for this. I'm encouraged by the experiment, but it was definitely not perfect, but I am very encouraged by it. So I'm going to bring this down to like 20,000, we'll call it good. Yeah, I wasn't going to have a lot of fuel left anyway, so let's go ahead and get to watch solar panels fly off and stuff, so that ought to be fun. Whee, let's go. Now, okay, lag fest again. Let's fix our staging just a little bit here. Let's separate out this decoupler. and the parachute so that that will actually function correctly. What the hell was that? Just saw another random little glitch spike go on. Always a good time. There's no way I'm pulling this thing that much up. Well, it's actually handling a little bit better right now. It's going to go right past where I want it to unless I use the time warp. Yeah, SAS next time as well. That was an oversight on my part. I totally just forgot to put SAS on it. Where are we going to land here? It's hard to say. I am going to fire off the rest of this fuel just because I can. Look at the G-forces. Whoa, I don't know why auto staging just happened, but it did. Whoa. Alright, well, enjoy your destruction there. So, I think I'll probably just leave you guys because you've seen re-entries before. And we'll go dock that space station module that's still in orbit in a minute. I'm going to follow this guy down to the ground because I like this, though. That was chunks of the solar panels going by there. That was pretty cool. And there's some sort of debris over here, too. That's probably where my shuttle crashed. I think that's the remains of the shuttle. That's certainly... yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the remains of the shuttle. That's kind of depressing. That solar panel thing was awesome, though. Glad I was still recording. Huh, I cannot end the flight. Nothing happens. Huh. And this thing's like glitching out under the surface. If you look here, it's under the ground. I guess that explains why the sea level's always down here. There's a sea down here. Now that it stopped moving, can I end the flight? Can I go this? No, I can't go. It was gonna let me go to the Space Center, but it decided against it. Let's do a little time warp to stop it completely. Yeah, no Space Center. No way to end the flight. That's fun. I'm gonna have to quit the game, so I'll be back in a minute. We are running out of power here mighty quick. The game actually lagged out on one of those. I had to force quit. Fortunately, it saved when the two ships connected, I think, or when, I guess when he went back into the ship. So due to the fact that we're gonna run out of power, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cheat a little bit, and we're just gonna go around to the light side of the planet here, because I think when the physics go on rails, it'll keep things close together. I don't know if it's still going to be attached, but it should at least be close. Where did the magnet end up in all this? It's over there now. So how far away is that? It's not far enough away that it's telling me how far away it is, so I guess that's a good sign. I am going to... how am I going to handle this? I guess what we'll do is just... where's the second one? Let's, can I... stop moving. Feed that out. That's reeling it back in. Okay, let's stop that actually. And reel out that one. Now is that going to go in a straight line? What is happening with that one? I can't even see the cable. Where is it? Ah, is it staying docked? Is that what's happening here? Nope, there it goes. It glitched to the ship. That's what happened. Okay, well that's not going to help, is it? And the solar panels are enough to recharge good. Let's go ahead and get somebody out here and try to figure out what we're going to do here. I don't know why they're both going down like that. That's not so great. RCS on. So let's go reattach this thing and try to grab it out of the air if we can. Yeah. Why did you go past it? Come on. You know you want to grab it. Whizzed right by it again. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. These things are a little hard to deal with, at least in space. I'm sure on a planet they'd be a little bit easier, but it's not the best. It's really hard to tell how far away I am from that thing, too. Alright, let's get our relative speed down. Why can you not grab it, man? Holy moly, it is like really taking off here. Please grab it, please grab it. There you go. Alright, that's really far away now. Wonderful. Too far away. Oh man, that thing is attached too. This is not going my way. This is a bad day in the Kerbal space program here. Let's turn off the RCS so that stops. At least we're on a cable here. That's kind of neat. You can use these as like a safety cable. I like that aspect. Well, I don't think this is going to happen. I can't get this under control either. This is a little terrifying. I don't see how he's not going to get just thrown off at some ridiculous speed. Why did this happen all of a sudden? What's going to happen if I do the time warp? I'm accelerating, so it won't let me do it. Let's turn off the RCS, see if that... Yeah, you should be a little worried here. This is not looking good. What is happening? The spin seems like it's getting faster and faster and faster, too. It is getting faster and faster. This thing is kind of glitchy, to be honest. Holy crap, look at us go. Whoa, no. Whoa. Well, I can't tell that to retract it either. This is a little bit of a problem here. I'm going to be out of RCS fuel very soon. Well, I guess we're going to have to just end the flight because this has just gone off the rails here. So, well, we'll try that again at some point, I guess. That was horrible, though. Well, let's get back. What is this, then? Oh, it's part of the... Let's end that, because... What part is it? Now I'm curious. Space Station Module 6 orbiting. Huh. Well, I have to end that flight because that one, it did not actually land, but we'll call it good. So what is the Space Station Module 6 thing that's left here then? Did I just end the Yeah, I just ended the Kerbal's flight. This thing is still just stuck here, and it has no control either. Why can I gimbal the engine? There's nobody in it, is there? No, there's nobody in it. Can I fire the engine? Why can I fire the engine? Huh. Well, this thing seems to have glitched out sufficiently that I'm just going to end that flight too. I don't usually end flights, but I don't understand what happened with that. Well, let's get back to things we can understand, which will be this here. That is the darndest thing I've ever seen happen in this game. Sometimes mods make funny things happen. Alright, this seems to be fully operational, so that's a good thing at least. Now, I'm actually docked on the wrong side of this, I just realized. So we're going to have to fix that. I need to be docked on the other side. Also, we need to get over to the space station. So, I'm going to fix the docking and then we'll get over to the space station. Alright, so we have arrived at the station again. This needs to be docked way over there, so I think we need to, first of all, just rotate. Yeah, that might be a little much rotation. I'm just trying to get lined up in such a fashion that I can kind of back up here. Is this going backwards? Yes, it is. Let's deactivate the main engines so there's no mishaps. I always like to remember to do that. We're going to control from here. Ultimately, that's where it's going to be docked. Well, at least we're coming in way above the station. That's good. Let's stop some of this from happening, though. This tugboat actually handles a lot better with this thing on the front, to be honest, because it's got more RCS thrusters on it that are for station keeping, which I hardly ever even use, but it's good to know they're there. There is our target. Let's go ahead and let MechJeb figure out what to do from here. And I'm going to get the docking camera going, so we can at least sort of have an idea of how lined up this is. Yeah, these space stations really do make the game kind of lag out. I think being close to the planet doesn't help either. I've noticed that it seems to be worse whenever you're near a planet, but what are you going to do? Space stations are generally somewhat near planets, so the MUN station isn't going to be as big as this, and it's going to... The MUN doesn't seem to lag out as much as Kerbal. I don't know why Kerbal does. It's not lag. I shouldn't say lag. People use the term lag. It's not lag. It's slowdown is what it is. But whatever you want to call it, it's not good. Now, this is going to go flying way past this first time here, because that's what always ends up happening. Yeah, we're getting 8 frames right now. Right, at least I can see pretty well in the docking camera where my red X and my big white X are. Everything looks pretty lined up here. I'm fairly satisfied. Well, at least this episode's not going to be a total loss. We'll have delivered a space station component again. There's only a few more left to go. There's the docking ring, and then I have 3 of the big orange tanks that are going to act as a fuel depot here. Though part of me makes me want to just put a fuel depot somewhere else, because it's bad enough like this. What's going to happen when there's ships here all the time and stuff, too? Definitely going to build an orbital construction facility for Duna and stuff in a different orbit a little bit. That way we won't have to add on to this station and lag things out even further. Slow things down even further, I mean. Right, and red X, everything's matching up. So we're good to go. Just need to get the actual connection here. Which should happen any second. Oh, magnets are wiggling, I think. Yep, there they go. Boom. Awesome. So the space station has grown again. The other mission was I'm not gonna lie, it was a failure. So that's gonna be on the list of stuff to think about, like how to redesign that. I think I'm gonna make a purpose-built ship. That's all it really does, is collect debris, because I really don't think it would have been as much of an issue had I actually been able to have more fuel to maneuver, more RCS, and definitely an SAS would have helped as well. But I didn't have it, so it is what it is, and it worked out okay. So now that we're here, I can kind of show these where this tug's docked right now. We're going to be adding a fuel tank in each of these. I should get the lights sorted out here. Let's just turn everything off. Turn it back on. That's kind of blinding. I should set up an action group really for this. I don't like these tugboat lights being on while it's docked because they're just ridiculously bright. They're very helpful, but I don't like what they do to my to my station when it's docked. But I'm pretty pleased with that, so I think next time we'll go ahead and get some of these fuel tanks up here, and then we can get the docking array up, and then this station is done for now, unless we need to add any other modules in the future. With the addition of that antenna tower and this now, it actually has communication with the ground, which is cool too. So this thing can be controlled in an automated fashion once we want to deorbit it someday, but we're a long time from thinking about stuff like that. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. Sorry the attachment system didn't work out better. I'm kind of disappointed about that, but anywho, I will catch you guys next time, and thanks again for watching.